All right, everybody, let's dive in. Today we're taking a deep dive into InstaDoodle.
InstaDoodle.
That's right. It's one of those AI-powered doodle video creation software things.
Oh, yeah.
That are popping up all over the place. And the idea is that they can help anyone make these catchy doodle videos quickly and easily, and for a fraction of the cost of like hiring an animator.
Right.
So we're going to look at their marketing materials that they've provided and see if they live up to the hype.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, you've got some interesting sources here.
Yeah.
They're making some bold claims like boosting sales by 47% just by using doodle videos.
Yeah, 47%. That's a huge number.
That's a big number.
Where does that even come from?
Well, it taps into something pretty fascinating about how our brains work.
Okay.
Think about those old school whiteboard explainer videos.
Yeah?
You know, the ones that started popping up online years ago?
Uh-huh.
Do you remember how strangely watchable those were?
It's like you couldn't look away.
Exactly. And there's a reason for that. Researchers have found that watching something being drawn triggers a different type of attention
Really?
than just viewing a static image.
Interesting.
Some even call it a hypnotic effect.
Okay, now this is getting interesting.
Right.
Yeah.
It goes back to our cave-dwelling days when movement meant potential danger or opportunity.
Oh,
So our brains are wired to pay attention to anything that's changing.
wow.
And that hand-drawn element, taps into that primal instinct.
So InstaDoodle is banking on the idea that if we're hardwired to watch a hand draw, that translates to better engagement with the message itself.
Yeah, precisely. And better engagement can lead to all sorts of good things, right?
Yeah.
More views, longer watch times, and ultimately a higher likelihood that the viewer will take action, whether it's buying a product, signing up for a newsletter, or donating to a cause.
Okay, so the psychology behind doodle videos seems pretty legit.
Yeah.
But can InstaDoodle actually deliver on that promise? I mean, let's get into their sales pitch. They definitely play up those pain points.
Oh, absolutely.
Right.
They know that many people find traditional animation software complicated and time-consuming,
Oh, yeah.
not to mention the cost of hiring professional animators.
Yeah, and that can be,
Prohibitive.
way too expensive for a lot of people.
Yeah.
So they're positioning InstaDoodle as that solution for anyone who's ever struggled with those barriers to entry.
Seems like it.
Easy to use, fast AI-powered.
Yep.
Way cheaper than hiring a whole animation team.
And they're very clever about how they do it.
Okay.
They present InstaDoodle as this disruptive technology
Uh-huh.
that levels the playing field, gives anyone the power to create professional-looking doodle videos.
Yeah, it's a compelling narrative for sure.
Right.
Especially for folks who might be feeling intimidated by the whole, video creation process.
Yeah, they're essentially saying you don't need any special skills or expensive software.
Right.
Just let our AI do the heavy lifting for you.
Okay, well, let's see what this AI can actually do. Their list of features is pretty extensive.
Right.
We've got unlimited videos cloud rendering, their fancy Doodle AI engine, over 1,000 Doodle images to choose from, different hand styles, voiceover, and music options. I mean, it goes on and on.
It's a lot to unpack.
It is what has caught your eye so far.
Well, this Doodle AI engine is front and center in their materials.
Right.
They're making some pretty big claims about it.
Yeah, you just type in what you want.
Right.
And the AI whips up the doodle for you.
Yes.
No drawing skills required.
That's their headline feature, for sure.
Yeah.
It speaks to that core promise of making doodle video creation accessible to anyone,
Yeah.
regardless of their artistic abilities.
And it ties back to what we were talking about earlier. If that hand-drawn element is really the key to grabbing attention,
Right.
then having an AI that can do the drawing for you could be a total game changer.
Potentially, yes.
Yeah.
But there are some questions we need to ask, like, how good is this AI really?
Yeah.
Can it truly create custom doodles that match your specific vision? Or is it more about generating, generic imagery from a limited database?
Right, because if everyone's using the same AI to churn out doodles, won't that lead to a sea of sameness?
Yeah.
Like, won't all the videos start to look alike?
That's a valid concern.
Yeah.
And it's something we'll need to explore further as we dig deeper into the capabilities of this Doodle AI engine.
Definitely. Now, beyond the AI, there's a whole library of pre-made doodle images.
Right.
Over 1,000, they claim.
Yeah.
That sounds pretty impressive. But is quantity more important than quality?
That's the key question.
Yeah.
A large library is great, but only if the images are diverse, high quality,
Yeah.
and relevant to your specific needs. We'll need to assess whether they're offering, a genuine treasure trove of creative assets or just a bunch of generic clip art.
Right. And then there's the issue of style.
Uh-huh.
You mentioned different hand styles you can choose from, but how much customization is there really?
Yeah.
Can you truly make it your own, or are you essentially picking from a set of predefined templates?
That's a crucial consideration, especially if you're trying to build a strong brand identity.
Yeah.
Your visuals need to align with your overall aesthetic and messaging.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll need to determine if InstaDoodle gives you the flexibility to do that.
All right, so we've got the AI engine, the Doodle library, the hand styles, but what about the other features they're touting, things like voiceover music image to sketch conversion? Are those just bells and whistles, or could they actually add value?
Well, those features definitely speak to InstaDoodle's attempt to be a one-stop shop for doodle video creation.
Okay.
They're trying to anticipate everything you might need to make a polished and professional-looking video.
It makes sense from a marketing standpoint.
Right.
The more features they can offer, the more appealing they become. But it's our job to figure out which features are truly valuable and which might be more about hype than substance.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We need to separate the must-haves from the nice-to-haves and determine if those additional features justify the price tag. Speak of price. They're offering a limited time discount, a one-time payment of $27.
Okay.
But the regular price is $27 a month.
That's pretty tempting. But this limited time offer makes me a little wary.
Yeah.
I mean, is this a genuine deal or just a classic marketing ploy to create that fear of missing out?
It's hard to say for sure.
Yeah.
Scarcity tactics are definitely a common way to nudge people towards a purchase.
Right.
But, the low price point does make it less risky.
That's true.
Even if you end up using it for just a few months, it might be worth the investment.
Yeah, that's true. And they do offer a 30-day money-back guarantee, so there's that safety net.
Right.
Okay, so let's say I take the plunge and I buy InstaDoodle. Who are they envisioning as their ideal user?
Well, they're casting a pretty wide net. Actually, they list marketers, nonprofits, content creators, entrepreneurs, educators.
Wow.
Anyone who might need to create a video, really.
That's a broad range.
It is.
It seems like they're betting on the idea that doodle videos are universally appealing and effective.
And to be fair, they're not entirely wrong. Doodle videos can be adapted to a wide range of purposes. You can use them for explainer videos, product demos, educational content, social media posts. I mean, the possibilities are pretty vast.
Okay, so let's get specific.
Okay.
Let's say I'm a small business owner.
All right.
How could I realistically use InstaDoodle to my advantage?
Well, imagine you're launching a new product or service.
Okay.
Instead of just posting a static image with some text on social media, you could create a quick doodle video that explains the key benefits and features in a fun and engaging way.
I see. So it's about grabbing attention and making a memorable first impression.
Exactly. Or let's say you're trying to explain a complex concept on your website.
Yeah.
A doodle video could break it down into bite-sized pieces,
Right.
making it easier for visitors to understand and retain the information.
And that could lead to more conversions, right? Because if people understand your product or service better, they're more likely to buy it.
Precisely. It's about using visuals to enhance clarity and drive action.
Okay, so we've covered the small business angle.
Yeah.
What about nonprofits? How could they leverage InstaDoodle?
Well, nonprofits often have limited budgets. So having an affordable tool like InstaDoodle could be a game changer for them.
Yeah.
They could use it to create compelling fundraising appeals, tell impactful stories about the people they serve,
Right.
or raise awareness about important issues.
And because doodle videos are so shareable, they could really amplify those messages on social media.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's about leveraging the power of visuals and storytelling to connect with a wider audience and inspire action.
Now, I know they have a bunch of testimonials on their website,
They do.
but let's be real, those are always carefully curated, right?
Of course, you can't take testimonials at face value.
Right.
But it's still worth looking at who they're featuring and what they're saying.
Okay.
If they're showcasing a diverse range of users, from educators to entrepreneurs to marketers,
Yeah.
it suggests that the software has some broad appeal.
And some of the testimonials do sound pretty genuine,
Yeah.
like the one from the kindergarten teacher who used InstaDoodle to create an alphabet video for her students.
That's a great example. It shows how the software can be used in a real-world setting
Right.
to achieve tangible results.
Okay, so we've talked about the potential benefits for different audiences.
Right.
But let's play devil's advocate for a moment.
Okay.
What are some potential downsides or limitations of relying on a tool like InstaDoodle?
Well, one potential concern is the reliance on a closed library of images and styles.
Okay.
Well, they have over 1,000 images, that still pales in comparison to the infinite possibilities of custom animation.
So there's a risk of your videos looking generic or blending in with the crowd. Like you might lose that unique handcrafted feel that can make Doodle videos so charming.
Exactly. And then there's the question of the AI's capabilities.
Right.
While AI image generation has come a long way, it's still limited in some ways.
They make it sound like you can create any doodle imaginable, but is that really realistic?
It depends on what you're trying to achieve. The AI might be able to generate a decent-looking doodle of a generic object, but if you need something very specific or detailed, you might run into limitations.
So it's not quite the magic bullet they're making it out to be.
Not yet, at least.
Yeah.
AI technology is constantly evolving, so it's possible that these limitations will be addressed in the future.
Right.
But for now, it's important to have realistic expectations.
So it sounds like the AI engine could be a useful tool for creating basic doodles.
Yeah.
But if you need something truly unique or complex, you might still need to rely on your own drawing skills or hire a professional.
That's a fair assessment. It's about understanding the strengths and weaknesses of the technology.
Okay, so we've explored some potential downsides, but we shouldn't dismiss the potential upsides either.
No.
What are some of the key benefits that InstaDoodle offers, especially for those who are new to video creation or have limited budgets?
Well, the affordability is a major plus.
Yeah.
Compared to the cost of hiring an animator or purchasing professional animation software, InstaDoodle's one-time fee of $27 is incredibly accessible.
That's a huge point. It removes a significant barrier to entry for small business owners, educators, and anyone else who might be hesitant to invest in more expensive video creation tools.
Exactly. And then there's the speed and ease of use.
Yeah.
They claim you can create a video in just 3 clicks.
Right.
While that might be a bit of an exaggeration, it's likely that InstaDoodle can significantly streamline the video creation process.
And that's a major advantage in today's fast-paced content landscape. Being able to produce videos quickly and efficiently can be a game changer for individuals and businesses trying to keep up with the demand for fresh content.
It's all about maximizing efficiency.
Yeah.
InstaDoodle could free up time and resources that you can then dedicate to other aspects of your business or creative endeavors.
Okay, so the potential benefits are real.
Yeah.
But we still need to be aware of those potential limitations.
We do.
And approach it with a critical eye.
Absolutely. It's all about weighing the pros and cons and deciding if InstaDoodle aligns with your specific needs and goals.
All right, so let's say I'm intrigued, but still on the fence. Are there any red flags or warning signs that should make me hesitant to invest in InstaDoodle?
Well, they do use a lot of hype and buzzwords in their marketing materials.
Like what?
They throw around terms like revolutionary, game-changing, and unmatched.
Yeah, I noticed that too. It's like they're trying to dazzle us with shiny promises.
And while some of their claims might be true, it's always wise to be skeptical of overly enthusiastic marketing language.
Right. It's important to look beyond the hype and focus on the substance.
Another thing to watch out for is their emphasis on the limited time discount.
Oh, yeah.
And the fear of missing out.
Oh, yeah. That definitely sets off alarm bells for me. Is that a genuine offer or just a manipulative marketing tactic designed to pressure us into buying now?
It's always difficult to say for sure. It's possible that the discount is genuine, but it's also a common marketing ploy.
So it's buyer beware.
In a sense, yes. It's always a good idea to do your research, read reviews from other users, and carefully consider the terms and conditions before making a purchase.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here. We've explored the potential benefits and drawbacks of InstaDoodle, analyzed their marketing tactics, and even delved into the world of AI image generation.
We have.
It's time to bring this all together and help our listener make an informed decision. We've been dissecting InstaDoodle, exploring its potential as a tool for creating those engaging doodle videos.
Right.
But now let's shift gears and get practical.
Okay.
How do you, the listener, decide if InstaDoodle is right for you?
It's all about asking the right questions.
Okay.
First, think about what you actually need to create. Are we talking, simple explainer videos for social media or something more polished and elaborate?
Yeah, it's easy to get swept up in the excitement of a new tool.
Right.
But it's crucial to make sure that it aligns with your goals, not just your enthusiasm.
Exactly. So question 2 is all about creative control.
Okay.
How important is it to you to have complete control over every visual element?
Because with InstaDoodle, you're working within the confines of their library and AI style. If you're a stickler for having everything, just that might be a deal breaker.
Right, and that leads us to question 3.
Okay.
How comfortable are you with AI-generated content?
Because this is a big part of InstaDoodle's pitch, the ease of letting the AI do the work.
Yeah.
But are you okay with potentially sacrificing some of that unique handcrafted feel?
It's a trade-off, for sure, and only you can decide what matters more, speed and convenience, or having that personalized touch. Now, let's not forget the practicalities question 4. What's your budget?
Because InstaDoodle is positioning itself as the affordable alternative to hiring animators or buying expensive software if budget is a major concern, that's a big check mark in InstaDoodle's favor.
Absolutely. And finally, question 5. How much time and effort are you willing to put in?
Because even though InstaDoodle promises to be easy to use, there's always a learning curve with any new tool. Are you looking for a truly plug-and-play solution, or are you okay with spending a bit of time getting the hang of it?
Answering those 5 questions honestly will give you a much clearer picture of whether InstaDoodle is a good fit for you.
So we've come to the end of our deep dive into InstaDoodle. We've looked at the psychology behind those eye-catching doodle videos, unpacked InstaDoodle's features, and weighed the potential benefits against the limitations.
Oh, wow.
And ultimately, the decision is yours. But regardless of whether you decide to try InstaDoodle, hopefully this deep dive has sparked some new ideas about how you can use video to connect with your audience and achieve your goals.
Because even if InstaDoodle isn't the right tool for you, there's a whole world of video creation tools out there.
That's right.
And it's an exciting time to be exploring those possibilities.
It is, and remember, the technology is constantly evolving. What might seem limited today could be completely different tomorrow. So as we wrap up, let's leave you with one final thought to ponder. If Doodle videos really do have the power to boost engagement and sales, what stories could you be telling? What impact could you be making? Perhaps InstaDoodle is the key that unlocks that potential, or perhaps it's something else entirely. The important thing is to keep exploring, keep experimenting, and keep diving deep at the map.